We lived the nightmare, and we got through the nightmare because we had true heroes. None more than Michael Dowling, who's the CEO at Northwell. God bless Northwell and what they did. Michael's here. Let's give him a round of applause. To Patrick O'Shaughnessy, head of Catholic Health Services. Thank you very much, Patrick O'Shaughnessy. And to all the SUNY personnel who are here today. Let's give them a great round of applause. When I was in college, I learned a few things, but there's one thing a professor said to me that I'll never forget. He said, "Never forget the lessons that life teaches you." I didn't really understand what he meant at the time. But as you go through life, life will teach you lessons. Things will happen, things that you never expected could happen. And you will learn a lesson. But if we're not careful, time goes by, and then we forget the lesson we learned. I tease my daughters that history is only as long as a tweet now, right? Everything happens so quickly. Things turn over so quickly. Memories become short. Remember what we went through over this past year. Remember the hell of COVID. Remember the 40,000 New Yorkers who died from COVID. Remember the businesses that closed. Remember the number of people unemployed. Remember the mental health anguish, the domestic violence anguish, the isolation of children that we're not even still sure of the impact. If I had said to you a year ago, take a vaccine and we don't have to go through any of this, everybody would have said, yes, of course I'll take a vaccine to end this nightmare. But that was yesterday, that was last year. We're making progress. COVID isn't a problem anymore. Wrong. We are making progress. The numbers are better than they were. Positivity rate is back to where it was in November, before the quote-unquote holiday spike. But we have not beaten COVID. Do not kid yourself. We can beat COVID, but we have not beaten COVID. And this beast can flare up again, or this beast can flare up with a new variant, variants of interest, another new term. Somebody should write a COVID dictionary, all these new terms that came up during COVID. Now we're watching variants of interest. We still have to be diligent and affirmative, and we have to get the vaccine in people's arms. Yes, the vaccine can win the war, but the vaccine has to be in an arm. Young people are a focus for us now. The infection rate among young people is going up. It was about 9%, it's up to about 14% now. Why? Well, we were focusing on older people. That was the priority. Science says that younger people deal with it better. True. That's all true. But the numbers are going up. We have to get people vaccinated. There are three theories that I hear of why people are vaccine resistant, which is another new term that goes into the dictionary. One I call the scientist theory. Scientist theory is, I don't think there's enough data on the vaccine yet, and I'm not ready to take it because there's not enough data. Okay, maybe you're a scientist. 12 million New Yorkers have taken the vaccine. No one's asking you to go first. The overwhelming data says that the vaccine is safe and effective, not just in this country, worldwide. The second theory is the skeptic theory. I'm a little bit of a skeptic myself. Well, government says take it, but I don't really trust government. So I'm not quite so sure. On the skeptic theory, it's not just government that says take it. Yes, the federal government said it was approved. The state government then didn't accept the word of the federal government. We put together a whole state panel ourselves. We affirmed the medical intelligence of the vaccine. And the entire medical community across the globe has accepted the efficiency and efficacy of the vaccine. So the skeptic theory doesn't work. Third theory is the superhero theory. Do you know the superhero theory? Superhero theory is, I'm not afraid of COVID. I'm not afraid of COVID. COVID can't hurt me. It's especially prevalent among the young. My daughters are all just finished college. And they would say, Dad, you should get the vaccine. I said, how about you? Well, me. I'm different. I'm young. I'm resilient. If I get it, it's not a problem. If you are young and you get it, you can still die. You can still die. Chances are lower that you will die, but you can still die. Or you could get very sick. Or you could have long-haul syndrome where the virus stays with you. Do you want to play Russian roulette with your life? Really? Second point, even if you believe I'm young and it won't really bother me, you can give it to someone else. You can bring it home and give it to a parent, give it to a grandparent, give it to an aunt. You can walk into a store and mistakenly give it to the person on the other side of the counter. You have a civic duty to make sure you are not a transmitter of COVID. Even if you believe you're a superhero and you have super immunity, you have a civic duty to do it. We are now focusing on students. We want to get students vaccinated before the end of the school year. They're in colleges. The 18 to 24 population is a population that is growing in positivity. We have them in schools. Let's use the schools as the base for the vaccine. Makes all the sense in the world. We have the staff at the school. We have the students at the school. Let's vaccinate them at the schools. State University of New York, the SUNY system, will take the lead in being a model for vaccinating students on colleges, on campuses. The state of New York announces today we will be giving direct allocations to schools, colleges, universities, so they can vaccinate their students in their facilities. And let's stamp this beast to death while we can. This is the moment of opportunity. We have COVID on the run, but we still have to be New York tough and New York smart and New York disciplined. And let's make sure that, yes, we focused on older people and that was the priority, but we need herd immunity. We need every New Yorker vaccinated, and that includes New York's young people and students, and we're going to make it a reality. And I want to thank the SUNY in particular for taking the lead. But I encourage all colleges to come forward. Thank you.